around the planet for the month of May, and I'm super excited to interview and introduce Cameron Meservey. He is our current sales manager for Hyundai. Let's have Cam share a little bit about your journey getting here, or all the jobs you've done, or whatever you want to share with the Planet family.
Sure, yeah. My name is Cam. Thank you for the introduction, Olga. I started out my career in sales with Coca-Cola before I moved out to Colorado, and it was a tough job, physical labor, not really what I signed up for, and but it taught a lot of character and a lot of development for myself, and just showed me something that I didn't really want to do. I just kind of was doing it because it was there, and I knew what I was doing. But as we had a chance to move out to Colorado, my girlfriend at the time, now my wife Kylie, got linked up with Hannah, Olga and Lee's daughter, and worked for her company Luba, doing fashion sales for them. And I was lucky enough to meet the Paynes and get started at Honda. That was October 2019, so coming up on 5 years already. And started my sales career there, and took off running, and had a couple speed bumps with COVID. COVID. It's hard to think about it now after the last couple of years, but so with COVID, lucky enough to stay with the company the entire time, so thank you to our owners for allowing that to happen, and I was really able to jumpstart my career. Des, our finance manager over at Honda, had a lot of faith in me and helped me get to my next position as a finance manager at Honda, and after about a year and a half of doing that, after Adam Beckman got his promotion as GSM, I was able to be hired over on the Hyundai side as a sales manager, and we've been running with that ever since. And it's been awesome. It's a great progressive brand, and it's been exciting to build the team up and to get into our new showroom. Yeah,
well, it's great to watch your career. I have to say that, because that's one of my favorite things about being here, is to see someone start at this point and then progress. And we should talk about that a little bit. Is you don't ever know for sure if you're ready for the next position, but you should always apply.
Of course.
And you did. And sometimes it's like, take the risk. And if you don't get it, it may be the next one you'll get, or you'll get some good feedback why you didn't get it. And that's the way you move up in the company, and that way how you tell the managers, like, I want this next position. And you really did a great job with that.
I appreciate that.
And you showed us what you wanted, and you've done a great job. You built your team.
Yep.
Do you think it was harder to become a new finance manager or a sales manager, would you say?
I would say finance. And I think the reason being is just because the finance goes into a lot of the sales side as well. So I had a lot of that experience already. But coming off of the sales floor as a new finance manager, I was very nervous. When I got the call that day, I was like thinking to myself, I don't know if I can do this, but there's no going back. There was no choice other than succeeding, and we figured out how to do that, and thankfully I had a lot of support on my side, and I was able to have the resources that I needed, and the training that I needed, and the guidance that I needed to be successful. And the reason why I come to work is to grow, just like you said, and the reason not only for myself, but for the people that I work with, my team, everybody. I would be lacking as a manager if I wasn't putting people in the position to grow in the company.
Exactly.
It's an exciting thing for me, not only for myself to succeed, but to help others do that as well.
And maybe not everybody realizes when you become a sales manager, you need to build your team. Tell us a little bit about that, because not everybody knows it. Maybe you think you just are a manager and you sometimes you inherit a team, but sometimes you have to make your own team if it's a new position. So tell us what you had to do and how did you do it?
I did both of those things. So when I first came over in November of 22, I took over Adam's team, and he had built most of the team there, and everything was pretty smooth. I had a full team. Everything was good. Those guys knew more about what was going on than I did at first. But we all worked together, and they taught me a lot of things about Hyundai that I didn't know, a lot of things about this dealership that I didn't know, and really helped me progress into my role. So that was rewarding to have guys that were doing that. And I know I didn't get to build all of them, but a couple of those guys have moved up in their careers here at Planet as well. Jose, our sales and finance manager at Genesis, and Ryan, our finance manager over here, we're both, Adam's team to my team, so it's exciting to see the growth there.
It's great to see. Isn't that just awesome?
It's
I
awesome.
love seeing that. That's, like I said, that's my favorite thing.
The next thing is for my team, the team that I've actually built, I'd like to see someone move up from there, and we're getting there, though, one step at a time. But building the team is certainly difficult. There's a lot that goes into it. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes training, it takes buying in. So there's a lot that goes into that, but it's very rewarding when the team performs to the best of their ability, and does everything that we've taught them and trained them, and following our processes and showing what they can do. And that's one of the most exciting things for me is once it's a well-oiled machine, I can kind of step back a little bit, but until we get there, it's all hands on deck.
Right. And now we're in the new store, which is super exciting.
It's awesome.
So that is going to make it a little bit easier.
Yes, absolutely.
So Cam, obviously you've done a great job at work. What do you do on your free time?
Yeah, so I've gotten into golf a lot lately, which is a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Yes.
But we're having a good time. A lot of the other guys like to go out, so we have a good group of guys that gets to play every Tuesday.
Wow.
Try to play once a week. I know my wife doesn't always love it, but it's good for me to get out there and
it's
have
really good.
Have a new hobby, and it's coming along. It's the nice thing about golf is no matter how much you play, you're never going to be as good as you want to be. So
it's true.
There's always something to chase there, and it's round after round, it's always getting better and improving. And I'm a competitive person, so I like to play with guys that are better than me, so I can.
That's great.
I can compete and get better, and it's definitely a mental game, which coincides with a lot of things we do.
Right.
The mentals are important in order to succeed in whatever you do. You got to have a good foundation there. So just taking it day by day and enjoying it, and other than that, hanging out with my wife, my dog. Still trying to play basketball a little bit. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs are on, so enjoying that as well.
Go Nuggets.
Yes, no, the Nuggets are hot. It's fun to watch, and hopefully the Avs can make a little comeback.
Yeah, that's huge. Now, who do you play golf with from Hyundai? I know Dean plays and Buzz. All those guys they still go on trips, I think, together.
No, Dean's got a great group of guys. Unfortunately, I don't get to play with him because he's got the conflicting schedules. But I play with Jeffrey, Ryan, Jose.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's usually our typical four right now.
Nice.
But we've got some other ones that.
Now, do you play different courses, or do you stay on one course?
Yeah, we've been playing Applewood a lot just because it's convenient for everybody. It's not a super hard course, but it's fun to get out there. Other courses in the area, Westminster, Lakewood.
That's great.
We'll get out there to some of those nicer courses this summer.
I love that you do that.
Yeah, it's
And
fun.
you're a new groom.
I am.
How long now has it been?
September of last year.
That's what I was thinking.
7, 8, 9 months.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All right. And you love being married to your beautiful wife, who's so sweet.
She's gorgeous.
Yes.
Very, very lucky man. She does a lot for me and a lot for us, and I wouldn't be able to do it without her. So I'm very happy to have her in my life.
Give her kudos for
yes,
sure.
Of course.
And you have a bulldog, is that right?
Yep, I've got a little French bulldog. Yep.
And you love that. We'll have to show a picture for us.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's a good one.
What's his name?
Rue.
Rue?
Little Rue. Yep.
Oh, how'd you come up with that name?
We got him when he was 1 year old, so he was already named Rue, but it fits well.
Oh, he's cute.
He's like 20 pounds. He's a good boy.
Oh, he's cute.
He loves to snuggle with his mom.
Oh, they're a cute dog.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a
I
good
love
dog.
that.
Yeah, he's awesome. Very easy to get along with, and not too high maintenance either.
Yeah,
he just likes to hang out.
I love it. Well, I appreciate you sharing your personal. Back to work, let me ask you a question. If somebody was saying, I really do kind of want to apply to be a sales manager, I'm not quite there, what would you tell them or suggest that they work on in order to move up?
Yeah, there's a couple things that are critical for the role. Number one is being a leader. So I would, someone who wants to get into this position, I would recommend them being a leader in their current position. So, if it's a salesperson, be a leader on the sales floor. Lead by example, help others when you have time, guide others through the process. Make sure that customer satisfaction is at the tip top, and performance as well. Managing time, I think, is very important.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm still working on myself. There's just so much to do in the day and only so many hours to do it.
Yeah.
So I think managing time, managing expectations is super important, something that is absolutely beneficial to being a sales manager. It has to happen. And being able to have a tough conversation. Not everything is flowers, and it's just not. There's going to be tough times.
Yeah, things happen.
Yeah, there's going to be upset customers, upset people in the store, whether it's customers or people that you work with, and being able to handle that and being able to kind of calm down a situation is very, very important in order to be a sales manager. And lastly, having solutions. Solutions. There's a solution for every problem, and if you're prepared with a solution to handle any heat that comes at you, everything will be okay at the end of the day. As long as you're prepared and you execute on what you agree upon, accountability has to be there as well. And I think those are a couple critical components to being a good sales manager.
Yeah. Well, that's great feedback. So, Cam, thanks again for letting us get to know you a little bit more and sharing your great advice. And say hi to your beautiful wife.
Will do.
And we wish you all the best as a sales manager.
Thank you, Olga.
Thank you again. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for your time.